We're going to make a start. So thank you very much for everyone for connecting into Zoom. As I mentioned to some of you earlier, we are going to be recording this session. So I know a few people couldn't make the start, so we're going to be able to share any bits that they missed. So let me introduce myself. I am Charles Devoyle, one of the associate directors for Gekko, and I'm responsible for the sales and the marketing side. I'm joined by my colleague Dominic Shire, who's going to be doing the live presentation of Gekko, and I'm also joined by my colleague Junji, who's very kindly volunteered to man the Q&A, so you can all access the questions and answers area here, and also you can all access the chat. So Junji is going to be answering questions as we go through, so please put some questions in there, and then if there's any that he feels would be worth sort of sharing to the group at the end, we've put some time aside for questions and answers at the end as well, because we understand that business emails is a very personal thing, so we want to be able to give you the opportunity to share your thoughts and challenges, and if we can't answer within this session, we'll make sure we'll follow up. So there's a few slides I was going to share. I've just closed down Q&A. Just to talk through the agenda of the day. So I wanted to run through and go through some of the pains and how Gekko address those pains that our clients find within project email. And then I was going to pass on to Dominic, who was going to log into Outlook and then show the searching power of Gekko. And then Dominic's going to transfer back to me to explain our pricing policy, and how that's is able to be dynamic and transparent to all of our clients, and then also to go on and talk about how our clients are transitioning over to Gekko, and how with the tools inside of Gekko and the team behind it, led by Junji, are helping our clients transition over. And then we've got some time at the end to answer your questions. So I'll just move on to the next slide, just to talk through some of the problems and pains that some of our clients have raised prior to implementing Gekko. And we're very much focused on project email, because of the majority of our clients, like ourselves as a business, have come from construction professional services. The actual three founders of our business met and had their "we want to create our own business" moment while they were working for the architectural practice Broadway Mallion. Lots of project emails going backwards and forwards was one of the problems and challenges we wanted to help solve as a business very early on. And a lot of our clients are finding that they're being held up and spending far too long inside of Outlook on their mobile phones, just plowing through lots of emails and having frustrations of finding the right information. So there are lots of different scenarios that we're helping people to transition from their current ways of managing project emails and moving those across. And when we talk about project emails, it's really anything that's important to the business. So as Dominic's going to explain when he shows the software, it's a private email. You don't have to file it to Gekko, but it's important that if it relates to a project or it relates to important work that you do related to business development, marketing, maybe HR elements, they can all be securely filed and found a lot faster in the future. So another challenge that's come up more recently is people transitioning over to Office 365, and because so many of their staff have got inboxes full of client and colleague emails that have gone backwards and forwards, it makes it very difficult to make a transition over from on-premise email to email in the cloud. So we've really aligned ourselves with Microsoft in Office 365 because that's what the majority of our clients were working on. We've got great tools to be able to help people move those emails from inboxes or other large locations within your email systems into Gekko, where we can index and you can file emails that bit faster than before. And again, we still have a lot of clients who have traditionally used public folders for saving and storing emails, which was obviously a good solution at the time. But the support from Microsoft is very different now, and we've got some great tools where we've been helping our clients move away from public folders. That's something that's a lot easier to use, but also to find emails from. So final slide before I pass over to Dominic to show you live is just to talk through the benefits, and really this is how we're addressing those challenges that our clients come to us. So importantly, Gekko is a product, but it's also a fully managed cloud service. So you're paying to use it, but there's no additional costs associated with you having to do backups and expensive hardware. It fully supports and connects in with your Office 365, and then we look after the backing up and making sure that service is available to you either from your desktop, your laptop, or your mobile phone, wherever you are in the world. And simply, it's allowing everyone within your organisation to file those emails against either a project or a category. Working closely with Microsoft and Office 365 has helped us support more and more devices. So it doesn't matter if you've got a desktop PC, a laptop, a MacBook, an iPad, a mobile phone, either of Android or Apple. You can still keep on top of your email correspondence and find emails that bit quicker than ever before. Even if the bit of information you need to find is actually inside of an attachment. If that attachment is text-based, we're going to have a really good go at trying to find that and help you solve problems and answer clients' questions that bit faster than before. And one of the big improvements that we've been making in recent years is how we deploy Gekko out to our clients, because our clients range from a small 10-person practice up to thousands of users, and working closely with Microsoft and their Office 365 Admin Center, not only can we roll out Gekko to our clients faster than ever before, be able to fully comply with the great security systems that is within Microsoft. Is that any changes and improvements that we make to Gekko again can be instantaneously rolled out to all of your clients. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the benefits of adding in Gekko to how you're dealing with day-to-day emails. I'm now going to pass over to Dominic, who's going to share his screen and then run through what the software looks like when you're using it. I'm just stopping sharing now, and then Dominic's going to share.
Thank you very much, Charles. I'm just going to go ahead and start with the Gekko website. Here we can see every email filed to Gekko using our in-depth search and indexing system, as Charles mentioned. I'm just going to go ahead and just show you guys a couple of examples. I'll go ahead and start by searching a project. We'll just, for example, use the Halifax project. We just go ahead, type that in and search. And what it will do is it will give us the 100 most recent emails filed to the Halifax project. And then we can narrow down searches to however many fields. So, for example, if you emailed someone, involved someone named Liz, and you want to search emails coming from Liz, you just go ahead and type that in, and it will go ahead and give us all emails from Liz. We also have a date range. So if you sent an email from a certain range of dates, you can just type in the dates, and it will go ahead and recover all emails from those dates. Let's go ahead and show that. So it'll show all 23 emails from those dates, as you can see. Very quick as well. Very, very quick to search. As also Charles mentioned, if it has an attachment, say, for example, if we put Power BI, if we put attachment content, so that's anything in the attachment, and anything involving the names Power BI will come up. So we didn't actually have anything for that, sorry. We have attachment names as well. If you search for an attachment, so say for example we know an image was attached to the email. Oh, it seems to be. Oh, sorry, it's because I've got a date set up. That's why. There's all the emails that involve Power BI, as I said. So apologies for that. And then if we reset that and we put image 003, it will show us all emails with the image document there. So sometimes you remember the name of that attachment, but you don't remember who sent you the email or anything. So it's very easy to search that email. And another great feature for Gekko is our Outlook. So here is basically where most of the work gets done. This is where, all your emails are stored. And it's very easy to file an email to Gekko. All you have to do is just drag it and take it to a project folder and then just drop it and it's already filed. And then if you hold right click and drag it over to a project folder, it will give you the prompt to copy it. So that way you can keep it in your inbox and it doesn't remove it from your inbox as well. So if you go ahead and copy it, you can see there that it stays here. Another great way to file it is using the Gekko panel on the right-hand side. So you can just go ahead and just straight up file to whatever project you'd like. And if you'd like, you can file it to multiple projects as well. So you can file to multiple projects and just file it. This is a demonstration only, so it won't actually be filing. However, just to show you what it looks like when it does file, it will show a green tag onto here just to prove to you that it's been filed to Gekko and it's safe. And now if you need to find it, you can just go to the website and look for it. Or you can alternatively use our simple search function on the right-hand side, if you're looking for something really quick and it's not that much detail. We also have, when you're emailing, So I think Charles mentioned this. If you're sending an email, Gekko will always prompt you to file it. Sorry, it's just having. It's always when you're in a demonstration, it goes wrong. So there you go. You have the prompt to file it. So if you didn't want to file it to a project folder and you just wanted to send a private email, you just go ahead and press private email. But if you just go back and you file it to a project, now all corresponding emails will now be filed to that project. So anything that now Charles replies to that email will be filed to the corresponding project. So yeah, that's Gekko. It's very easy, very quick to use, very simple. If you guys have any questions, direct them to Junji and he'll be happy to answer you guys. Thank you. So back to Charles.
Thanks, Dominic, for running through. I was just going to share a few share a few slides just to explain the pricing and how you can get up and going. So through. Here we are. So hopefully you can all see that, and I've put a link to the pricing section of our website. So depending on the size and the type of organisation, we can give you a very good initial idea on the cost of Gekko. And obviously, we're really keen to have a dialogue so we can help build up a good business justification to change over. So one of the advantages of building a strong return on investment is having a pricing model that enables us to bill monthly. So you're only paying for the number of staff that you have sending and receiving project-related emails, and the amount in gigabytes of emails you're going to be storing. So, and one of the key elements that we've built into Gekko to try and keep costs down is being able to just reduce unnecessary emails. So we deduplicate emails as they come in. So as well as keeping costs down, it's a big advantage because we can say to all of our users, there's no such thing as bad email filing. So as soon as you receive an email that's come through from a client or a project partner, if you drag and drop or you select the project from the panel, it's going to file it to the project, and it doesn't matter that 10 of your colleagues have already filed it. It's getting it out of your inbox, and you know that you and your colleagues are going to be able to find that email quicker and faster than before. So you're genuinely only paying for the amount of emails that you actually need. And as our clients get larger, we're able to reduce that per user monthly fee. The only additional costs associated to Gekko is the services that we offer to help our clients get up and running. But again, we like to think that we're very streamlined in terms of being able to do the configuration and the training for a small practice for as little as £250. And some other services that we can offer as well is if you've got lots of emails in a particular folder structure, that you want to bring into Gekko, we do have an email migration utility, and free of charge, we can review your current email store, and then we'll be able to provide a quotation to migrate those emails up into the Gekko cloud. Particularly useful if you're looking to switch off some older servers. So please feel free to reach out after this email. For both myself and Dominic can have those meetings and discussions with you, so that we can help build up a strong business case to change over. Just wanted to also make people aware that we've got some really nice customer stories and customer news that we keep up to date, both on social media and the Gekko website. And we've just taken some nice quotes from customers that are using Gekko. And I know a number of Rapport 3 users have joined us today, and Aseo Architecture are a good example of one of our customers who not only embraced Rapport 3 to help automate their back office functions and financially run projects better, but they're taking advantage of being able to manage the emails coming in and out. And one of the nice things about the customer story on the website, it's not only about the business benefits, it's about their user experience. In comparing it to other more traditional email management systems they've tried to use before, and because they didn't get the buy-in from the users, they couldn't get the full value out of it. So again, that's what we're trying to do, is to help put together a very lean deployment of Gekko, so that the users embrace it. And that quote at the top is one that gets raised on a number of meetings and discussions with clients. But obviously, being able to find that one email amongst the 100,000 is a really strong reason to go down Gekko, because not only all the emails that are going backwards and forwards once you've implemented Gekko, if we move all your existing email correspondence in, it really does make information so much easier to find, solve clients' problems, and in a number of cases, avoid expensive legal costs. And if I just click on to the next slide, just to share some of the clients that have made the transition over to Gekko, and we're just really proud of the different types of companies that have embraced Gekko, from all different practices and companies, from as far afield as New Zealand and Canada. So it's just not UK that we're associated to, and we're based. We're helping our clients deal with those email management challenges all over the world. So before I move over to the Q&A, I just wanted to just explain, and obviously if we've got time, show the extra support that our Gekko users get when they're working with Rapport 3. And because Rapport 3 is our other product that's related to managing the financial and resource side of projects, we've got the ability to be sharing the project creation from Rapport 3 into Gekko. So again, it does really help in terms of automatically taking information from the Rapport 3 product into Gekko, and also we've got the ability to be searching for the emails via the Rapport 3 application as well. So again, just different ways to help make visibility of all the important emails going backwards and forwards. So for once, for a webinar I'm involved with, we are actually ahead of schedule, Genji. So just wondered if there was any of the questions coming through.
Yeah, there's a few I'd like to address with David. Yeah, I think I can just very clearly demonstrate a couple of them. If you don't mind, so Charles, I'm just going to quickly share my screen again.
So you're answering questions live. That's very impressive, Dominic. So you have the screen.
Right. Is that all right? Yeah, so for just the recent question you put in, so it would be good to show the email date when you have clicked to view an email. So it does actually show the date here on the Gekko file on the panel on the right. And also, I think I wasn't very clear. When you do drag an email into a project folder, it does actually delete it from your inbox. So if I do go ahead and move this over to a project folder, it will go ahead and remove it from there. It's just because right now the Gekko harvester isn't currently working, but it should instantly remove anything from your inbox. So I'll just go to my inbox and just prove it from there. It will remove it as shown. You can have an option to keep it if you hold the right click button. Sorry, maybe I wasn't too clear. If you hold right click and drag it over, it will give you the option to keep it in your inbox instead. And I believe you asked for multi-filing. Unfortunately, we don't really have a multi-filing other than just dragging and dropping, but you can select multiple emails and just go ahead and drag them all into a project folder. And that is probably the easiest way we've got for multi-filing at the moment. Did I miss anything? And to file stuff to projects, well, obviously the projects you'll be set up at the beginning, you'll set up which project folders you have. So this will be customizable by you guys. So you will choose what projects and what project names you have, and that'll be all completely up to you guys. And that'll be all done with either Junji or Diego at the beginning. And then you can.
If I could jump in that bit, Dominic, because again, this just shows some of the areas that we can help clients when they're setting up initially for Gekko, because you could just have one person responsible for creating new projects as they start, even at speculative level, and then those projects will appear on the left-hand side as you see on the screen. So it's just one person being able to add a new project or retire a project, and it just manages it for everyone. So everyone involved in the project can then file emails to it. You can easily and quickly just go in and add all your live projects as part of the setup function. It's normally people with admin functions. But what we have been doing just to speed the process up is that we've been able to get just a simple spreadsheet from our clients listing all of their current live projects and all of their staff members, so that we can help set up and configure, so that you're not having to type all that information in from day one. And one of the other things we can do for our Rapport 3 clients, that project information and that staff information already lives in Rapport 3, so that will then be pulled through automatically, so that you don't have to manually add that in. So yeah, hopefully what Dominic has showed has answered some of those questions. Obviously, we've still got a bit of time. One of the one of the common questions related to managing inboxes that has come up with previous meetings is a lot of people aren't aware that that Gekko's got the ability to build in rules so that it's able to manage how often your filed project emails get cleared down from your Outlook because the emails are moved up into the Gekko cloud where they're backed up and saved. Then we find that every different customer has slightly different preferences in terms of how long they want the email to remain inside of people's inboxes. So we can have those discussions and put together some rules and automation to help with that as part of the setup, and also we can cover that on as part of our support service.
Sorry to jump in again. I think Gingy just noted that David might have meant that filing to different projects or multiple projects at the same time. You can go ahead and do that from the Gekko panel on the right. If you go ahead and just select multiple projects, you can file to multiple projects at the same time. If you just go ahead and press the file email, it will submit it all for filing and it will submit to all the project folders. So yeah, hopefully I answered all the questions there.
Yeah, because you know the Gekko add-in icon at the top of Outlook, there's the multi-file as well. So yeah, with that you can file multiple different emails to a certain project, or you can file multiple different emails to multiple different projects as well. Yeah, so here you would just tick whichever email you'd want to go to and then swap over to the containers tab. And then you can select which project you want it to go into as well.
Easy as that. Go ahead and give it back to Charles to answer the rest.
Thanks for showing that live, Dominic. Gingy, are there any other questions that are coming through?
Yeah, I've just answered them on the chat, to be honest. Dave was asking if there was something that deletes emails automatically. So we do have a filed folder clear down tool, which you can set to retain emails for 7, 30, 90, or 180 days. So for example, if you set it to 30 days, it will store it on there for 30 days. And then after that, it will remove it from Outlook, which basically just helps with like storage issues and keeping it down.
Thanks for sharing that one, Gingy. Obviously, I'm conscious of people's time and connecting in. So if there isn't anything burning on the questions, I was just going to finish the session for. I know we've got a number of Rapport 3 users here. I can quickly share the screen just so that you can see how it's going to look look when you log into Rapport 3 and you've adopted Gekko. So for anyone who's happy to hang on, I'll just quickly run through this in a few minutes just to give you a flavour. And obviously myself and Dominic can set up follow-on sessions to go through in a little bit more detail because everyone's Rapport 3 has a slightly different look and feel. So I'm just going to share my screen again. And then hopefully you can see here that I'm sharing the login to Rapport 3. and I could sign in with Microsoft single sign-on, similarly to Gekko, but because I've got a particular demonstration persona that's linked to our to the same Gekko demonstration site that Dominic was sharing. I'm just going to log in as Christoph, and obviously where the Rapport3 logo would be where your company logo would be. So you'd still have your familiar home screen, but once you've adopted Gekko from the home screen, you can click on Gekko, and the only difference from what Dominic was showing is on Rapport3, it's over on the left-hand side, and obviously the standard browser that Dominic was showing, it was over on the right. So all of the fields are available to go and find a particular email. So in the same way, I could quickly find all of the emails that have involved Liz. So I'm not quite sure which one. If it's recent, I can just quickly scroll through and have a look at this email I sent to Emma. It involved Liz. I can see what we talked about or what we agreed. And if it's a long time ago, I don't want to scroll through hundreds, sometimes thousands of emails. Then obviously you can use those filters to narrow down exactly the same way as Dominic was showing earlier. Gekko is also going to be working in a couple of other areas in Rapport3. So probably more importantly is projects. And Dominic was sharing the Halifax project earlier, and that just happens to be one of the recent projects that I've been working on. So if I click on my recents and Halifax, then inside of Rapport3, we also have a Gekko tab in the projects area, and then that will be able to enable me to see all the recent emails that have gone backwards and forwards in Gekko, and then that preview of the email will come up within the window, and then all these fields on the left-hand side again we can use, as Dominic showed, to narrow down and find that one particular email amongst the thousands. And just one final area that it can work for you, because a lot of our clients have invested in the CRM module for Rapport3. A great way to keep on top of your business development, that association between your clients and your projects. So if we go to a particular contact, either in recents or favorites, or we can go and look up. So maybe I want to find Jasmine from DPG Mill. Once I've found Jasmine, then I can see, as well as her contact details and the BD notes, we've actually got a tab here for Gekko. And then if Jasmine was sending backwards and forwards emails, we'd be able to see them to see them all here. So hopefully that gives you an idea and a feel for how Gekko is going to look inside of Rapport3. But importantly, it might be while you're out and about and you're looking for emails when you're on your mobile phone. So that panel that Dominic was showing inside of Outlook is going to look exactly the same on your mobile phone, because we're using the same add-in technology. That's I didn't realise I wasn't plugged in. The same technology to access and search for emails while you're out and about. So I better stop sharing. So thank you all very much for staying on and seeing that extra bit related to Rapport3. Anything else that's come through on the support side, Junji, that you think be worth sharing?
So someone's asked if users will have access to all project emails. So we have different security groups in Gekko. So we have a default all user group, which can see everything, but then you can create extra security groups and then create project specific permissions so that you can allow certain groups to only see certain projects, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Charles.
Okay, well, but thanks for volunteering to do that in real time. So I know you've been busy typing away, and thanks to Dominic for showing it live. And we'll be sharing the recording if anyone missed the start, and also if there's any additional questions that come to you later on, then we will email everyone with the link to the recording, and we'll be more than happy to get your feedback, booking any follow-up demonstrations that you might need, and answer any questions that might come to you at a later date. So thank you for joining our lunchtime webinar, and hopefully we'll be talking to you all soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.